Cool shit.
Well, too bad we're live right now.
Are we?
Yeah, we are now.
Cool stuff in here, dude.
Yeah.
Get my hand off. Yeah.
Yep.
I hate this camera deal. Look at that. Ooh.
You want to get
bunch of horns above me.
Y'all have no idea. I don't even know where Hallman is.
I'm in Tennessee.
Huh?
I'm in Tennessee.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I know it, but my phone won't.
He's been walking around this whole freaking house looking for a place to do this.
Yeah, trying to get my camera right.
We don't even know where Andrew is.
He's in the Knoxville airport.
Is he?
Yeah.
He might. Hopefully, he'll be jumping on.
Yeah.
That looks good.
I know, but I'm holding the phone. I got.
Well, keep messing around. Listen, everyone. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Nothing. None of this might be about the classic, by the way, because I do like your hat.
How about that? Okay.
It's kind of crooked, but I like it.
I kind of like it too.
I'm gonna be looking at you like this the whole time.
Yeah.
I like the hat though. Talk to me about the hats.
The BFE?
Yeah.
So a little merch, I finally dropped a little merch, and dude, I sold out in the first 36 hours that they were gone. Like 100 hats out of there.
Oh, look at this.
What's up?
What's up?
How's it going?
I like how he's got man. Look at this. Hallman's been walking around this house. I don't even know where he's staying at, but he's walking around this house trying to find a place to sit, and then you show up with a flashlight in your face.
No, dude, this is like one of these cool, like actual, good lights. I brought it with me. I was prepared.
You're not driving, are you?
Yeah. No, my buddy's driving.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm driving.
Heck yeah, buddy. I can't see nothing, but I'm going. Hey, Hallman, guess who's with me?
Who's with you?
Cody Griffey. Remember the guy that had the Canadian accent?
Yeah.
And messed with his Coing or Donata? That's who came and picked me up.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd he pick you up from, the airport?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you got to get him on here. So have him talk with a Southern accent. Give us your best Hank Parker. Come on, give us the spinnerbait story. Come on, do it. Don't get shy. Do it. Hank Parker.
Hold on.
He said, give it a second.
Guy's got a deep voice. This is gonna be good.
No, wait, Todd. Wait, this is legendary stuff right here. Do it.
Hey,
give us
it's
Hank
only
Parker.
live.
Give us Hank Parker.
Hank Parker, ready to go.
Hold on. Let me get down in there. Let me get in the country accent. All right, fella. We're out there on Lake Washita, throwing spinner baits, catching 14-inch bass. Nothing special. Then all of a sudden, I sling that half-ounce spinnerbait up into the tree, and I tell you what, man, he smoked it. 5-pounder. 5-pounder.
Okay. Now, give us Al Linder with a little bit of Canadian twist to it.
Oh, hey there, bud. Oh, we was up there fishing in Jordan Lakes, and, we got into wallies pretty good, but, we picked up a couple good smallmouth baits, throwing a little Ned rig around, and, everybody's throwing those around now. I mean, it's nothing special.
You see what you're missing, Castledine, by not rolling with me and Andrew?
I know.
Dude, he called his boater. So he was fishing as a conger at Oneida. He calls his boater, and he straight up gives him the freaking Canadian accent, like he's from Canada. Hey, man, the whole deal about where we're fishing. And the very next morning when he meets him in person, straight Southern accent. The dude didn't even realize. He was like, are you sure you're my partner?
So good.
Yeah,
Todd, you're missing out, bud.
I know. I got whatever. I got tournament Saturday and stuff Sunday, and it's been a long week. I was talking to my somebody on the phone because I had to do something for my wife, and he's like, "Hey, have you talked to her about this thing we're gonna try. Like, I'm gonna talk about it later in a YouTube stuff video. Like, this guy's gonna do something that's gonna be pretty cool, and it was gonna be kind of like a present deal. I'm not gonna get into it yet, but what was crazy was he's like, "Hey, have you talked to her?" I'm like, I've seen my wife, I think 10 minutes, seriously, in the past 5 days, because like it's been crazy about traveling for freaking all the kids' sports. Like, she's gone now. Like, it's crazy. Anyways, yeah, I don't got time. I kind of wish I was there, I guess.
Dude, we'd have a good time.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Like,
Classic's always a good time, Todd. Somehow I was thinking today while I was driving, I was like, Andrew and I don't miss this at all. Like, we're here every single minute of every year. And Todd, you ain't here. Remember the first year we started YouTube and I was like calling you and I was like, Todd, why are you not here?
I remember that.
And Andrew and I were there, but no.
Are y'all
no
jealous?
Todd.
Are y'all jealous?
Yeah, I mean,
a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, we're kind of like the Three Musketeers. You should be here.
Well, y'all aren't even together. They asked me kind of to come, but there wasn't really like. So a lot of my stuff was going to like be kind of like working with anglers and stuff, and like ideas and talking about certain things. But then they were like, "Hey, man, half the guys are going to be fishing." So like, we kind of had meetings already, and I kind of talked to them on the phone, certain guys. So I mean, they kind of like looked up, and I had other stuff going on, and you know, I'm trying to win a boat tomorrow, Saturday. So
Are you gonna win?
Man, it got hot today and it got sunny.
It did get hot. It was hot when I walked out the door to go fly down here.
It got hot and sunny. So,
it could be good.
We've won a couple this time of year. Actually, I think we've won 2 boats on this actual like 3rd week in March before. So like we got a shot.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Doubt.
So are you coming from the airport right now, Andrew?
Yeah.
It's so awesome. That's so awesome.
I told Cody,
I was like,
hey, don't worry. I got a light. It's going to work out just fine.
I thought maybe you'd chime in from the airport. Like, you'd just, like, chill. I've got a little bit of jet lag, dude, and I wasn't even on a plane just from driving here. Like, I'm a little...
Dude, I had to fly all the way from Houston to LaGuardia, stay at LaGuardia for, like, an hour and a half, and then fly all the way back down to Knoxville. It was the most bush league crap that I feel like I've done in a long time. I had to pass Knoxville and fly back. Stupid.
I actually heard a story about you today that made me laugh, and we were not going to talk about it on this show. But
I don't know what it is, but I agree.
I was shocked when I heard it. I was like, Andrew. But yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Well, I don't even know what y'all talking about.
I have no idea.
We're not talking about it here. We really aren't.
See, this is so a guy. So me and Andrew did a video the other day, and people in the comments. Was it comments? Did we go live, Andrew? We did go live, didn't we? And someone in the comments brought up the whole you follow thing, and me and Andrew kind of just randomly kind of talked about the little bit we knew.
Yeah.
We didn't know much. And some guy was like, hey, and I didn't know he was talking. I had to answer him back later on because he was like, hey, that was a real great show. Y'all two just freaking talking about things like incognito and this and that. And we were like, hey, we can't talk about something we don't really know about.
Yeah.
But I was kind of feeling the same thing like just now. Like I was like, I don't know what y'all are talking about.
No. Andrew just went Andrew like publicly, and it was really cool. But
I know what he's talking about.
I was kind of like,
you know what he's talking about.
Seriously, and he was like, yeah, dude. I'm like, well, like I've heard him say that behind closed doors before, but not like publicly. Anyway, you get the gist. But we're not going to talk about it here.
No, yeah, Todd knows. I called Todd and we talked about it.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, man, I'm fired up. Obviously, we'd all like to be fishing the Classic. We're not fishing the Classic, we're working the damn Expo, but I enjoy this time of year, dude. I really do. It's cool to be here. I'm in Knoxville. Let me give you a room tour.
Where are you at?
Deer heads.
Where are you?
So y'all will remember, anytime we're in East Tennessee, there's this guy that always shows up.
I only know one guy in East Tennessee.
I know who he is.
You know what this is?
That's moonshine.
Moonshine, 100%.
Those are beads, boys. Those are beads.
I don't know who you're with now.
So
I do.
Oh, are you with Tater?
no, I'm with old man John Peters, and I'm actually at his lake house on Watts Bar. Tennessee's about to play on some basketball here on the deal, but see, we got some bass hanging here. Got some really cool memorabilia. So these are actually big O's. We don't have these.
Is Tennessee playing?
You don't have big O's?
We don't have big O's like these. These were all hand done in East Tennessee. All the East Tennessee boys know about them.
Huh.
These are originals, by the way. These are not like some fakes. And they're all hand done up. The guy that used to work in Oak Ridge would make these. See, this one's 1984. Trying to figure out where
I wasn't even born yet, Hallman.
Yeah, this crankbait's older than you, bro.
Hey, listen.
The bill.
You know, whatchamacallit just said, or they just said, like, where's the expo next year in Tulsa? Listen, you make the classic next year, I'll be there.
Oh, we still gonna do a live like right now at 9:00 at night.
Well, I know, but I'll be doing it
because Hallman won't be able to sleep. He'll be up there freaking at 3 a.m. wide awake.
Yeah, but like Andrew, we're gonna be staying at his place.
Oh yeah.
Like just hanging out.
Yeah, we'll be at the house.
Me and Andrew, hey Andrew, we'll go live on the water. We'll go follow. Hey, I never followed anyone around. We'll go follow. Like you make the classic, Hallman, I'm following you around next year.
Unless it's cold, and then I might have to say no. I don't deal with that cold.
Yeah, we're gonna follow you from the ramp. We're not gonna be hanging out on the water waiting for you to get somewhere.
No.
All right. Well,
I'm a boat chase you, 100%.
That's right, Andrew. You're not gonna just be in some creek, and then Hallman rolls up in there, right?
Yeah. No. Well, we're not gonna be sitting on the spot waiting on him.
Oh wait! Whoa!
I was just saying. I just want to chase him down. I'm not gonna sit over on a spot waiting.
I just want y'all to verbally abuse whoever's fishing in the hole next year. Okay?
Hey, dude, I guarantee you there'll be at least one or two guys in that field that I would not mind verbally abusing. I don't know who it would be. I'm just saying.
Can you imagine, can you imagine Todd verbally abusing somebody? I can only imagine how PG that would be.
I can imagine Todd being verbally abused, like put him in place of that other Texas boy that was there. With camera. I can see a 16-part series.
No doubt.
Every bit of that breakdown of what happened.
I can tell you
parts.
I can tell you what. Breakdown. Hey, that Garmin would have been on high, and he'd have been talking, and I'd have been right behind him, still talking to him. Like you can idle, but I'm gonna be following you at this point in time.
Yeah, that Garmin will keep up.
It will.
I'm gonna do circles around you. What do you think of that?
Oh, my Garmin.
You're gonna be doing half moons around a boat dock.
Yeah. I did when I watched it. I was like, dude, I wish that would have been Castledine. We'd have got a 16-part series breakdown of the entire thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It would have been so freaking classic.
The beginning. It'd have been like longer than the Hobbit movies. It'd have definitely been longer than the Hobbit movies.
Oh yeah.
Friggin', oh my God, Lord of the Rings, whatever.
Y'all ever had this? Y'all ever had?
Yes, I had it with you, Hallman.
This is that last batch was made on a houseboat.
This is gonna make me sweat,
dude. This stuff right here, woo! I mean, son, woo! But when in Rome,
hey, Todd,
I've
had a lot of people ask if you and Panger are cool right now because they're really worried about Pangrak right now.
Am I cool with him? I mean, I don't really speak to him. Like we don't hang out or nothing. We don't call each other. The only time I see him is on y'all's show.
Oh, it's so good.
We just don't like mesh. You know what I'm saying? Like we're from two different worlds. We don't.
Panger actually called me today, Todd, and was actually talking about this. He's been thinking about it. Like you're in his mind. He goes, dude, Todd's got like 5 friends in life. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, he's got like 4 or 5 friends, but like all of them have been like 20 years or longer. he goes, I don't understand that. I said, he's got more than 4 or 5 friends, but he's got 4 or 5 he's been friends with a long time. He's like, who?
Yeah.
Me and Panger talked on the phone like after one of those open shows. I think me and him talked on the phone for about an hour. We came up with a lot of good ideas about some things. We got some things. I talked to Andrew about it. We got some things that we don't know how to do it yet, but it's gonna be, yeah.
Yeah, we got some good stuff coming for sure.
Dude, I think the open pick'em is like incredible. I think Ish was phenomenal.
It's been great.
Pick.
Oh yeah.
He's great.
So there's so much about it. Like I find there's some things I don't even know how to explain it. One, I never know where Ish is gonna be. He's never at a. He's like, he's eating half the time. He's over here, and it's like you never know where. But like the best is his plugs are not
sponsor plugs
are so over the top, right? And we don't do anything like that, right? None of us. And he was like, that guy. I'm picking so and so.
He picked Patrick Walters. He picked Patrick Walters because he had his own guy with dirtbait rods.
Yeah, because he's gonna be throwing that dial one, and we all know that's the best. And he it's so over the top. There he goes. It's so over the top. It's so good, and he's done. Remember when he was like, "Hey, Todd Castledine on YouTube, Andrew Panger Ish, what do you got?" Well, if you go to ishmonroe.com/ I'm the best frog fisherman ever.com. You can also go to Ishman. It was like I was dying laughing, man, because he don't care, and it's so good, man. He's hilarious.
No, he's good. That's been, and I actually ever since Poche won today up there at Cherokee, we've gotten 3 or 4 comments on there about Poche and him being able to catch bass, and it's been.
You've had comments where on the deal, yeah. Dude, I'm honest to God, I'm pulling for him in the Classic. Like I want to see the whole back-to-back deal. I am. Poche. Like I hope he freaking wrecks him tomorrow.
He probably will.
I hope he goes up some creek no man in his right mind can get to except for him. I hope he wins.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I know we ripped him a little bit on the small boat thing.
Yeah.
But I was happy to see him beat all the live scopers today.
I told him at Okeechobee, dude. He was talking about that boat, and I'm like, dude, you have set your brand. Like that is who you are. You're catching more fish out of that sucker than any Triton or the fiberglasses that you ran. Like that needs to be you and your deal. And he's like, really? I thought you hated the boat. And I'm like, dude, I hate the boat, but I don't hate you. Like, I think it's you. I do. I think it's him, and I think it's fitting. But I only didn't like the boat in the opens. Like at this level, the best lakes in the country at the best times of year, I don't think the boat's as big of a, you know what I mean? Like a lot of guys don't get that when I say that, but like when you go to 225 boats on the Red River in September, it's a massive difference in advantage. When you go to Lake Okeechobee or Lake Seminole in February or March, it's not as big of an advantage.
Yeah, and you're fishing against 40
and you're fishing against 100 people. Yeah.
I mean, it's a way different ball game.
Big difference. And, you've got 30 days off limits and no practice. That makes a difference. Like all that makes a difference. So I don't hate it, that boat in this level of competition. I just felt like in the opens, it's a huge advantage.
Dude.
No, that's a good.
No, there's listen, I'm over here just reading comments because it's like Hallman took a sip of moonshine and everyone in the comments got like that much better. Like everyone just started doing they're how I'll go down to 10 or 15 comments. They're all they're just throwing up good ones, man. I can't even keep up.
Oh, I wish y'all were here with me.
Huh? Oh, yeah. I mean, it's about to get real good now. Whew.
Dude, that stuff is whoo.
Do you
I
gotta
need some cherries.
do y'all have to do anything tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be busy tomorrow.
Man, I just had a couple sips of whiskey. It ain't like it's that much.
No, I'm just asking what y'all gotta do.
Sure.
Oh, that's rude.
It's all day, I'm sure.
Yeah, all I'm doing is working tomorrow all
Yeah.
day. That's all I do.
Yeah, what are you doing tomorrow, Todd?
I'm practicing.
Yeah, you're going fishing.
Yeah.
Hallman gonna get white girl wasted just hyping up the comment section.
White girl wasted.
No doubt.
I don't even know what white girl wasted is.
It's called Dawn. No, I'm just kidding.
I know what that is.
Hell yeah. You know that well.
Dawn on New Year's Eve.
Oh
No
man.
doubt. That's a good time. Playing dominoes.
Playing dominoes. Oh, I got something for all the guys. They were asking about that. Hang on a minute. I got something cool. I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh
Where
my
you
God.
going? Are you going to your room?
Yeah. I gotta put my backpack on.
Y'all really got to do some y'all got to wake up early?
I mean, yeah, I gotta get up early. I got all kinds of crap to do.
I mean, I got to get up early, but I mean, I guess
I don't
just gotta be up.
technically have to get up that early.
Yeah, I'll be up before y'all.
Yeah.
But I didn't travel either though.
Yeah, that does suck.
I just didn't know what y'all like. There's really no. I guess there's booths. I had a couple guys ask if I was coming, but
See, I'm at the hotel right now. I'm about to walk inside.
hey, this is. I don't know if I should even ask about this.
What's that?
Did you read it?
Let's see.
Yeah.
That's a weird comment.
Yeah. No, it's not. Who knows?
Oh, it's DeForest. I do. DeForest works for at the Bass Tank. Matter of fact, I think DeForest is the first person I'm probably meeting tomorrow morning. That guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been to the Bass Tank.
I don't know.
What's the Bass
Tank? His girlfriend has met you before he has. But here's the thing, DeForest, if you hadn't met him, then you're still not going to meet him because he's not here.
Yeah, I'm not there.
Uh-oh. He's froze up. He's in the
I
elevator.
bet you got on an elevator. Hold on, I want to see something.
I'm just in the elevator.
What's issues?
Yeah.
What's it?
Hold on. I
Issues
just
issue with Poche. That's a good one. Let
Hold on
somebody
just a
in the
second.
comments answer that.
Hold on. Let's see.
It's not roll.
Yeah, I mean, I assume if you just go look it up, you can find out. It has to do with a lock.
Oh, the guys on here can comment on that. They
Yeah.
know. There's more than half people watching this know what it is. They can fill you in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How's the room?
It's good. It's a hotel.
Doesn't look like the Super 8. You got a couch.
All I do.
But they did leave the light on for you.
Comfort suites. This light is legit, by the way.
That light is legit in the car. That worked.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
She went to Applebee's.
Well, no, she grew up in Appleby, which is right down the road in that.
Oh.
Which is like 7, 8 minutes away from Nacogdoches.
Well, she probably met you somewhere. DeForest is like probably almost 20 years younger than us. So I'm guessing she's close to that as well.
Yeah, 20 years younger than who? Me or y'all?
Us, me and Todd.
Oh.
Yeah.
Me especially. More than Todd, probably.
Which could have been church or
Right.
I mean, just living in that, I mean, I just know a ton of people in that. I don't have any friends in that, apparently. I only got like 4 or 5 friends, and none of them live in that. But
they live in Oklahoma, though, dude.
I got one that lives in Texas, 2 that live in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And then a couple from Oklahoma. Oh, I guess I got Andrew. Andrew goes back.
You got 2 in Texas, 2 in Louisiana, and 2 in Oklahoma.
Yeah. I'm bound to have a couple other ones somewhere.
Yeah. Did we lose him?
No. What is this one about? No, so like Ish Monroe was going off about Keith Combs. Yeah. He's like, why aren't you picking Keith? You're Texas. And he just like kept on going. I was like trying to figure out like how to like pick like my next guy. And Monroe Ish kept on going about freaking Combs. And I was like, I guess people misunderstood it, but I was like, I don't pick my friends. And I was jacking with Ish because Ish only picks his friends on all the freaking deal. Like every pick is like,
or die with guys.
Or whatever. And so I was like, I don't pick my friends. And then I just picked, but at the time I guess Keith Combs was on the same bracket as Brian New.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't pick my friends. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'll pick my friend. I'm friends with Brian New. But yeah, like Ish just kept on going on and on about like Combs. And I was like, I'm not picking Combs.
Man, I'm getting dizzy looking at that crooked screen, so I'm going to fix that. I'm just going to hold the phone. I don't know what else to do, dude. I can't find anywhere to put it that's like comfortable.
That's good.
I'm just going to hold it. It'll be shaking.
Take that down and put that deer head right there and then put the phone on the deer head and the antlers.
Yeah, and then I just have to stand there, though. I've had a couple of moonshine shots. I don't think I should be standing much longer.
I don't know if they actually fought or if they just football barrel rolled off the boat.
I think they kind of both fell in the water somehow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Where'd Andrew go?
I don't know. Who knows? I'm just glad he freaking made it.
All right. Them guys on here that were asking about the BFE hat. I did.
Yeah.
I did sell out, but I made a pit stop today. Got some new Richardson 112s just for the Classic because it's special.
That's a clean hat, man. I'm kind of, you remember they asked us to get like Bass Singer Therapy hats back in the day or like merch. I
may have picked up a couple of other things too.
I can't even get that. You know what? Here, you want to know the only bad thing about
this hat right here in Oklahoma and Texas is sold. Look at this sucker.
Why don't you just make a burnt orange one?
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Not gonna happen, huh?
No. But this sucker is legit. Yeah, they're all Richardson 112s too. Anyway, point being, if you came to Knoxville, you came to the right place because I got the merch. I got it.
You got more?
Yes, lots of it. Lots and lots of it. So we'll probably sell out here because Billy was like, I stopped by and saw Billy got a bass, and I was like, are you coming to Classic? And he was like, heck yeah, send me your schedule. I'll be with you Saturday. I'm just selling hats. You know how Billy is. He's like, you won't have a hat left time I get done. I'm like, no, I won't.
So you know DeForest?
Yes, I know DeForest well.
Well, he just said he's going to be in Appleby later this year. So like, get him my contact.
All right,
we'll go eat lunch or do something.
All right, yeah. He works for Soak up at the Bass Tank.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the only thing that sucks is like I don't think I can wear the beat. So like
no, this is not a so you could wear it technically because this is mine. This is not a big bite deal. It's not a bait deal.
Yeah.
It's mine. But now I will say Big Bite probably shared it a little bit and helped, but this is definitely my product.
Well, and then like so everyone always asks if I'm gonna fish like the rattle trap tournaments or like the V&M tournaments. We have those tournaments down here. I'm like, I don't know, man. That's kind of like I don't know. I never get in those, man, because I'm like, I don't know about those, man. I don't know what the rule is on that, or like, I'm just gonna leave that alone.
Right. What about a BFE tournament?
I'll get in
off in Egypt somewhere.
I'll get that. Yeah. If we go up there to Oklahoma, wherever that place is that you took me to this day, I don't think people okay, so sometimes we make.
Dude, that was out in BFE, wasn't it?
Huh?
That was out in BFE, wasn't it?
Yeah, but sometimes we make little white lies. Like we make little bitty. Would I say a little white lie in YouTube is like every once in a while we're like, I don't know where we are. I'm telling you right now, if you said, if you asked me to get within 100 miles of this whatever lake, I promise you I couldn't do it. I don't even remember, like, you know how like it's so bad. I don't think people realize, when we drive, like, so if I go to Tennessee, right? If you ask me to drive to Tennessee right now, I put in the address and I just start driving. And about 7 hours in, someone would call me. And if it's dark outside, and they're like, hey, where are you at? I'm like, I don't know. They're like, no, where are you at? I'm like, dude, I don't know what state I'm in probably. Like, I probably don't know because I'm just driving. We just freaking blinders on and drive. I left your house and just followed. And I didn't really worry about where we were going. And next thing I know, we show up in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, all right, let's fish. And then I was like, how long do we take to get back? Because then we got back and had a good time. I'm just telling you, I have no idea where we went.
Dude, it was fun, and it's a really cool place once we got there.
It was an absolute. The only problem with all of our trips we used to do, and we haven't done one in a while, is that why do we book them for one day?
I don't know, and then we go to these derbies and schedule them forever.
Yeah, but like most of the times we go to these places, we crush on them, and usually you crush on them like halfway through the day, like it gets better. And like, what could we do tomorrow? And of course, we don't ever do that. We're just like, let's just go for a day. I don't know. We got to do something.
My schedule is like slammed. I have no time. You got same thing I got. Wife, kids, ball games, practice. I mean, it's just always something.
I have been driving the last couple of days a lot.
Have you?
Yeah, just kids and practices, and we're just strung out all over the place, and then fishing, and then Dallas. I mean, we got done with my tournament, and then I drove to Dallas at like 4 a.m. the next morning, and Dallas is like 3 hours away, but I mean 3 hours away, set at the soccer field, which a little plug to my little girl. They won the. It's not the first time they've won one, but they won the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Okay, cool. Say hi to Hallman real quick. Hurry.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? I heard you had practice tonight.
Uh-huh.
How was it?
Good.
But it's 8:30. Time for bed. See ya.
Good night.
It's all your fault.
I know. And so I already got him all his homework done. He's practiced everything. But yeah, she got a header. So in the championship round, she got her first ever header, which is like, heading one in or whatever, and off a corner kick. So that was pretty cool. I got to be there for that. But yeah, just been going nonstop. And then we got a tournament tomorrow. And okay. Look. Yeah, man. Me and Panger are cool. Dude, let me tell you something. Okay, I'm going to tell him myself, Hallman. I'm going to tell him myself on this one. No, I better not.
No, you can, because I can promise you this. Panger is not watching right now, and I know.
No, it's not Panger.
No, listen. I know he's not watching because 4 minutes before you and I went live, he called me, and he was with Brian the carpenter, and they were both like, "Where are you at?"
Oh yeah.
Like,
no. It's not about Panger. It's just I'm gonna tell myself this way. If I give you, like, Hallman will agree, if I give you a hard time and like mess with you and like do all that, like,
yeah,
I'm really, really cool with you.
Right.
If I just kind of like nothing, like, don't say much.
Yeah.
I probably don't.
That's right.
So like the fact that me and Panger go back and forth, like, yeah, I mean, but he's that guy, man. it's not. We don't have to work at that though. Like it's not hard.
Get him stirred up.
It's pretty easy, and like it's just like James Watt. Listen, if you got around the house of James Watson late at night, and me and Watt, I will go out of my way to like dog myself just so James Watson gets going, and like, dude, because it's like I just like to hear Watson go after me. It's funny. So look at that. Look, see, I just saw that. Rusty gets it 100%.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. BFE could be a place in Egypt. So I hear. It's also a place in East Tennessee. And there's a couple out in Oklahoma, and there's a few in Texas too.
Yeah.
So my boy was wearing this hat the other day at spring break. We were down in Broken Bow, Oklahoma, down there in southeastern Oklahoma. And I bet 4 different people come up to him and was like, "Where'd you get that hat?" They wanted it because it was like BFE, you know. My boy was like, "It's a bait. It's a bait."
Well, it's such a good deal. I think so like that's what it is. He makes it so easy on himself because so we don't Luke Duncan is very good at what he does, right?
Yep.
Zona is very good at what he does. Matt Panger is very good at what he does.
Yep.
I couldn't interview or talk to fishermen. Like I don't not that I don't care, but like I would interview them in a different way because like I like talking, and don't get me wrong, I get to talk to guys like Van Dam and Hackney and a lot of really good fishermen. We get to talk about stuff that probably doesn't air, right? It's just us talking. And so
there he is.
Like the interview part of it would be like I wouldn't be good at that. And so Matt's we always kind of laugh. Like, I'm not a fan of fishing. I know that sounds really weird, but you know, like someone asked me like, "Hey, what happened at MLF today?" And it could be like whatever it might be, man. I might be fishing. I'm like, I don't even know. I didn't pay attention.
Right.
Like, I just don't pay it. Like, there's so much going on. I fish a whole bunch. I do a lot of like work on YouTube and do all that stuff. And so I do so much with fishing that like when I'm done with fishing, it's like family and everything else. So I'm not over there like with my family watching MLF like with them. So like Matt does a really good job of like, he's good at his job because he studies it all and he knows it all. And like, dude, that takes a special person to do all that. But on the flip side, I'm the guy who's the opposite of that. So obviously I'm gonna jack with him about that. But he is knowledgeable like crazy.
So speaking of MLF, I watched some of their live today because I had literally nothing else in the world to do other than ride on an airplane. And I almost had a freaking meltdown watching their live. Now, I don't watch just a whole lot of lives, but somebody, while they're sitting there filming the fishermen, somebody, I don't know if it was JT or one of the other commentators, was sitting there opening a bag of chips and eating in the background, and they didn't realize their mic was on the whole time that it's going on when they're not talking. So all you're hearing is the crunching of the bag and the smacking of their mouth. And like, I'm super, like, I about lost my shit. I can't handle that. And if I would have had JT's number, I would have called him right there and been like, please, for the love of God, whoever is smacking, tell him to shut the heck up.
Well, hey, I've got a question because yesterday, Poche was in 4th place.
Yeah. I thought he was in 2nd.
No, I think it was in 4th.
Was he in 4th?
I think so.
Anyway, whatever it is there, I think that's in camera position. But then he has no camera in the boat. And I heard that the excuse was they couldn't get a marshal and a camera guy.
They had 10 guys.
Yeah, they did it today, and they took his camera away and put it with Van Dam, who was right outside the camera cut. I don't get all that.
Yeah.
If I was Poche, I'd be irate.
It was a big ordeal about the whole deal.
I would be irate if I was him.
Yeah. Well, he had a camera with him all day today.
That's what my whole point is.
Yeah.
Like, they did it today. Why not yesterday?
Yeah, I didn't understand that one either. But I didn't watch
There's
yesterday.
no, like, what is that?
I don't know.
The boat float better on Thursday than it did Wednesday?
I must have. Because I think he had a boat official and a camera guy today. I know he did. He had both in the boat today.
Maybe he asked not to have one in the boat so his boat would float shallower.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, he made it up there. It took him an hour and like 39 minutes to make it up there.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I mean, we all know, top 10 days and that, you would think you would want a camera in your boat for your sponsors and everything else.
He might have requested not. I mean, you just never know, man. But
I
mean,
can see if there was ever a time that you're like, hey, man, if there's a way I can get out of getting people in my boat, today's the day. I mean, I can see where that would be the case there, but
yeah,
I don't know. That's a strange deal.
Yeah, it's a rough
I would like
one.
to hear more about that.
What? that deal?
About why there wasn't anybody, why he didn't have a cameraman in the boat with him.
It happened to me.
Where? When?
Pickwick.
Do they have camera boats there then?
Yeah. So no, go to bed. So I got in. This is when I got into it on championship day, as I got my check and I was walking out the door, and I had a conversation with a select.
Did they film that for television?
Yeah. So look, I don't care, right? Like I got my own freaking GoPro. I didn't care whether or not the cameraman stayed there. I honestly, and y'all know me. Y'all know I could absolutely care less if any of that's around, right? I was going to do my own thing with it anyways. Like, what do I care if they're there? They're going to probably do a worse job than me. So, but the deal is I had to sit there through that meeting.
Do a worse job than me. They weren't going to make a 16-part series out of it.
No, they weren't. They were going to freaking do nothing. But the problem was we had this meeting beforehand, right? And me and look, we've all been around some of those meetings.
Yeah. And
I had a little bit of why we had left MLF at the time was we listened to a meeting and go, that's BS, right? Yeah. Whatever. And so they made this big ordeal about all these cameras, and they only had 6 cameras, and they were going to be on the top 6. And they told us, hey, look, we're going to be on the top 6 most of the day. I think I was in 4th or something, right? Okay. We're going to have cameras most of the day. And so those are the guys that are probably going to get the cameras. No big deal. I don't care, whatever. Because my guy's like, are they going to be in our way? I'm like, no, dude. Well, I'll freaking get them off the boat if they're in your way. I'm not going to have them mess up my co-angler or me, because they're going to be back there with the co-angler more. And he was worried about it. I said, dude, don't even sweat it. And so they get there and we're doing our thing at about 9:30. Now they made one comment. They said, hey, look, if you're not catching them or someone's having a big day, we might leave. Yeah. And I'm like, he goes, but don't worry, we'll be back. We'll be back. And I was like, all right, whatever, So we all go out, and at 9:30, I don't have a fish. And then about 9:30 rolls around, and I catch one, and then I catch another one in 20 minutes. And they were there for both of it. So boom, I caught 2. And as soon as I catch the second one, they're like, hey, we're going to leave. And I was like, all right. And I just looked back to my guy. Now, I forgot about this. I did tell my guy, hey, don't sweat it. They won't stay with us very long. And he says, what do you mean? I was like, I'll bet you all the money in the world that they won't stay with us all day long. And he was like, why? And I'm like, I just have a funny feeling. They call me crazy. I'm just, y'all know. Yeah. And so next thing you know, they never show. So normally I wouldn't care, right? I didn't catch them the final day that great. I get it. But then I come in and find out that a couple guys that caught less than me had cameras all day long on them.
Yeah.
And I'm going, okay. Once again, I don't care about any of that. Don't care about the cameras. That didn't bother me at all either. We get done with the whole tournament. I got my check. I got a 13-hour drive home or whatever, and I get a comment. I get a comment from someone who works there asking if they're going to get my deposit for next year for the tour. Hey, I hope to see your credit card come through on Monday morning. Man, something didn't sit right with me with that. And so I freaking said something, and it went back and forth. And I was asking, that was when they freaking, that was when they upped the ante to what, 5,800? You remember that? And I was like, hey man, so you can't wait to get my $5,800 or $10,000, $15,000 deposit. I'm sure that would be nice for y'all, anyways. And I was like, let me ask you, what's this 5,800 for? Because apparently the entry fees keep going up. And anyways, the comment was made, well, man, we're going to have all these extra cameras next year and this and that. I'm like, oh, you mean the cameras that were supposed to be on me all day long? I got to pay $800 for a camera that's not going to be on me? Sign me up. Like, I can't wait to give you my $5,800. I said, dude, I've got a GoPro. I don't need to pay y'all $800. I got a platform where I can do this work, and I'll actually make stuff that's honest and good and like give people what they want.
I mean, hey, wait, I'll stop you real quick.
I'm already sweating. No. I need to give me some moonshine, man.
No. My wife just texted me.
If you come to the classic,
boring. She said we're the most boring show ever.
Really?
But
dude, we got into some hot topics today, and I have totally failed on the freaking. Y'all got to start talking because I got to start reading comments.
Well, I'll make a comment.
Well, first of all, let's go to this question you got. Whoa, we didn't answer that question.
Oh, it's been on there forever. I don't even know
my answer is yes.
Oh, yeah. You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the Tennessee River.
My answer is yes. Well, the question was, will the Classic be won on live scope? Yes or no?
Oh, not is Watson from another planet? Yes.
Well, yeah, I was really confused. I was like, wait, what? Like, yes, the answer is always yes.
Watson, yes. Watson's from another planet, yes.
Hey, Hallman, that last shot of moonshine that you just took looked like it hurt a little bit.
No, it was just kind of warming my innards a little.
Oh.
I'm telling you, it's warm.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I mean, he was a long ways away, and not another camera boat couldn't get to him anyway.
Okay.
I mean, there's no way a camera boat gets to him.
There's so much stuff going on.
His marshal was huge today. I heard he had a crappie fisherman up there helping him all day long too, and that was really cool because he's like, that dude was planted from the moment he got there to the moment he left, and the old man never checked up. He just stayed. Post day was just fishing all around him, just like he wasn't there, and the old man just stayed hooked up on them crappie.
That's funny.
I'm just gonna say, man, like we've been we're not, it's not the greatest of footage, but I mean, we are doing stuff that no one else is doing, like covering our own.
Who else makes a 16-part series on an interaction that takes 20 minutes?
Exactly. God, I wish that would have been Todd on Lake Eufaula. God, I wish that. That's all I could think of is that poor boy was from Texas. I wish it'd have been Todd.
The problem is I enjoy sometimes on the water interactions way more than
you would have made Netflix with that docuseries. That docuseries would have made Netflix.
I probably would have. I would have had a blast too.
Yeah.
So it would have been a 1-part series with 15 parts of me explaining to idiots on the internet, like other things that they brought up that had nothing to do. Like they would have seen that part and then talked about other stuff that never happened and said, well, if this had happened, you would. And I'm like, well, yeah, but it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like they bring up
Todd would have out-talked the lawyer, and that's impressive.
Oh, he would have been toast, dude.
He would have out-argued the lawyer.
100% I would have. He'd have been done.
I haven't seen Todd get out talked yet.
No.
Nor out argued.
No. He's won every argument in his mind. Every time.
Well, and listen, the only way to win every argument is freaking just wear the other guy down. All right. And eventually when he walks away, you won. That's it.
Oh gosh.
I think my wife has the same reasoning as you, Todd.
Oh, see, me and your wife though get along great. Like it's, you know.
Oh God, yeah, I agree.
It's the good stuff too.
Got the ugliest face off that shot.
Dude, it is. It's strong, dude.
Dude, I'm so glad I'm not there. Because see me, like we all.
You would be in this with me if you were here.
Well, yeah, because me and Andrew, me and Andrew see each other from time to time. We do. Like we went and fished already a couple times this year. I haven't seen Hallman in a minute. I haven't seen Hallman since Rayburn.
Dude, when I got here, this was laying on my nightstand next to my bed with my initials on top of it.
Oh, he's breathing heavily now. He won't have a headache. He'll be good to go.
It's not 2 or 3 shots that I'm going to be all right.
God, I couldn't drink any of that right now at all.
That's for you, Hallman.
Yeah, I think that I think we're working on some stuff, yes. And you might be headed up the right avenue.
LBJ. I gotcha.
What is it? I don't remember.
165 people disagree with your
Where'd
wife.
Upshaw go?
I'm here.
That was good, Todd. Read that one, Andrew. Tell her. That's to Andrew's wife if she's watching.
Wait.
Oh, no, I couldn't figure out what it was about.
Yeah.
No. So I will 100% defend her because the fact is that when Todd gets on his rants, that's why Hallman had such a big swig of that moonshine because he's like, oh my God, Todd is on one of his rolls.
Andrew knows me well.
I know.
But it was the comment that she's saying we're the most boring show of all time.
I mean,
that's what that is. 365.
No, I get it. She just doesn't get it. You know what I'm saying?
She gets it, and I get it too. I see both sides of this because it's like this. It's like there was actually an analogy. I think it was Kevin Van Dam said that he walked into I don't remember where he walked into somewhere, and he started talking to people, and he's like, "Hey, do you know who KVD is?" And nobody knew who the heck he was anywhere that he went. And he's obviously probably one of the most famous fishermen in professional bass fishing, and nobody knew who the hell he was.
Where?
In everyday public, like just meeting people randomly in his own hometown in Kalamazoo, and people had no idea who he was.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
No. Okay. So
fishermen are boring. Like let's be honest.
I'll say no. I'm gonna say this. So, me and Phil were talking one day, and I was like, we were talking about this one subject, and he goes, Kevin's the only fisherman I've ever been around that there is if you go to the airport or whatever, there's no doubt wherever he goes, people do recognize him. Like someone will always stop him, recognize him. He said, man, he said all of us could walk around, no big deal, but he said he definitely gets stopped.
You know how many people recognize me in the airport today?
Oh no. Well, yeah, okay.
I'll tell you who's probably more recognizable fisherman than Kevin Van Dam pretty easily.
Who, Bill Dance?
We could go in about any city. I was going to say Jimmy Houston because I'm an OG. I bet Jimmy, anywhere Jimmy goes, I bet he gets more.
But my point is fishermen in general, there's 365 people that disagree with my wife, but there's about 5.5 million that are like, what the hell are these guys even talking about? And why are people even watching them talk about the crap that we talk about sometimes? Because we go off so far left field on so many things.
So who was y'all's picks for the Classic? Let's get to what this show's about.
Oh, yeah, the Classic.
I didn't even know what this show was about.
This is the Classic freaking bass angler therapy, dude.
Oh,
it ain't.
so
I just put that on there. You know darn well we're not going to sit there and talk about, like, we'll get to it eventually.
No, I gotta say something. I gotta admit something. I pulled a Pangrac today, and I might change it again. But I changed 2 of my picks today.
Oh, come on. Okay, I got it. I'll be back. Keep going.
I did. I changed 2 picks today.
Are you serious? I bet you changed. Did you change your Scott Martin pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew. Not in a bad way. I just had a feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know who though.
And I changed my Group A pick. I had Lester in there.
Who'd you change it to?
I changed it to Polinick.
Oh, okay. And why?
And the reason I did is because I went on there and said I read his article on Bassmaster. He had an article come out, and he said that, you know, the last time that they were here for the Classic, he came back real strong on the second day or third day, whatever it was, and caught him like really good and had a shot of like winning. In his mind, he had a shot at winning the Classic had he not screwed up the first day or second day, whatever it was. And he had one real specific deal that he was doing. He didn't really talk about it, nothing like that. And even in the article, he said, you know, he had one specific deal that is in play again this week, and he needed to just find a backup pattern. And I'm like, dude, if he's just looking for a backup at this point, his main deal must be that good. And I just got a feeling that dude's going to go out there and just straight up crush on him. Now that's funny. Okay, that lawyer to death. That's a good one. But no, and then my other pick, I did change my my Scott Martin pick, and I went Matt Robertson. But I did say that I was on the fence between those 2. But I just think Robertson,
that's my pick.
Yeah, I went to him. I just think it was the right pick.
Well, I'm only going to get 1 pick, and I don't know if he's in Group A, B, C, D, E, F, or G. But I'm going to pick Poche for the win. I'm going to ride that momentum train.
Well,
no practice.
So we talked
He
about
hasn't been
that.
to anything that Bass has done so far this week. He hadn't been to a practice. He hadn't been to a meeting. He hadn't been to nothing.
No, that's great.
And you know he's got some little hole somewhere circled on a map.
Yep.
He's like, if I can get in there, maybe I can catch a bass.
So watching the live today, you know, because the way MLF did their deals, they all fished Douglas, and they fished there for the first couple of days, and then they went to Cherokee. Well, in practice, they were able to practice both lakes, Cherokee and Douglas. Poche didn't even go to Cherokee. He literally did not practice Cherokee because of the year that we went to the Open at Cherokee. He figured out that dam deal. So he was like, he did all he could to go figure out how to catch them at Douglas because he just had a feeling he could go crush them up there at that Cherokee dam. And he did.
You know, with their format, I actually talked to Watson the other day, and Watson did not make the cut and get to go to Cherokee. But he's told me that every time they've done this, he'll practice both lakes. And he always blasts them in practice at whatever the second lake is. And like, he can't wait to get there. But then he doesn't make it. And he told me today, or the other day, he's like, I think I'm done doing this. He said, I think I'm just going to practice and then worry about making the cut. And if I get there, I get there, and then I can worry about it then.
Did you talk to Watson the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I. I gave him some, I guess, advice. Hopefully it was some good advice.
Hackney's a good pick too. Hackney's a real good pick. Hackney's due. You're just playing the odds, and eventually, like in a casino, he's going to win.
Well, that's just like Jason last year. I mean, it was just bound to happen eventually.
Well, I don't know, but I mean, Hackney, dude. I mean, like, I get the Jason thing. Like, okay, so he's finished second twice, and like, you think he's eventually going to do it. Hackney has won everything there is to win. He's
everything.
Won AOY at Bassmaster. I don't think Jason's done that. He's won AOY at FLW. I don't think Jason did that. He won the freaking Forest Wood Cup. I don't think Jason's done that. He's won everything there is to win, but he hasn't won a Bassmaster Classic.
See, I'm not saying that he can't go win here, and because obviously he had an awesome tournament last time they were here. I just see him winning next year's Classic if Bradley Hallman's not in it. But I fully expect Bradley Hallman to be in it and blast their butt next year.
He ain't going to win it if he ends up fishing where I saw him fishing last time he was there. He ain't going to win. I don't know what he's doing, but
listen, me and Andrew are going to go
battle. He is lost. I don't know if he's like trying that hard to get away from people, but he's trying so hard he's running himself away from the damn fish.
Who?
Do that again.
Hackney?
Yes. Yes. If he tries to go fish where I saw him fishing last time, he ain't going to.
Oh, I got a funny – well, I got two things. One, me and Andrew have to go battle each other out in Toledo. Because that's the only way I'm going to get to the Classic, right? Yeah. Is to go win an Open. Because I still can't win an Open even though I'm only fishing 3 of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And go to the Classic. Second, and I can't I didn't text Zona this, but Zona on it. So like Hallman will know where I'm going with this because of your – so Hallman told me a little thing about after the first turn about him and Christy and a boat wrap, whatever. Well, anyways, Hackney told Zona a story, and Zona said it on air, and I almost texted Zona, and I was like, "Nah, I'll just leave it alone." But he was like, "I don't know what it is. I never see freaking Christy." And this is at Okeechobee. He's like, "Man, but I have seen Christy more at Okeechobee than I've ever seen him in the last couple of years of fishing." And I'm sitting here going,
"It ain't Christy."
Might not have been Christy.
Yeah. Dude, this is a funny story. We'll tell this on here. This is a funny story. So first year back on the Elite Series, and I got a Falcon Wrap boat. And my biggest concern was I did not want my boat to look like Jason's. I mean, to the point that I called the guy that was doing the design, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, Jason's posted his stuff. You need to look at it. And I don't want my boat to look anything like it." And so he watches it and he calls me back. And he's like, "What do you mean to do, a white boat?" And I'm like, "I ain't running a white boat. It's got to be black. That's the only rule I have, but it cannot look like Jason's." And so he's like, "All right." Then I called my boat wrap guy that's actually doing the install. And I'm like, "Hey, you need to help the guy that's designing my boat because he also did Jason's wrap." I'm like, "I do not want them looking alike. Like my worst concern is that I show up and Jason is mad because my stuff looks like his, and he thinks I'm not. I ain't trying to step on nobody's coattail here." Well, I'm telling you, when you go with a black boat with a Falcon Wrap, it's tough not to look like Jason's, especially since he switched to a fiberglass boat and not an aluminum anymore. So anyway, it's on my mind. Like, it's bothered me. And I get to Okeechobee. And I practice for 3 days. I never see Jason in 3 days practice. And we go to the meeting, and I saw him come in from across the room, but he's typical superstar. There's like 50 people around him, So I just go about my business, take my pictures, and grin and go on. And I go outside, and no sooner than I turn the corner headed to the parking lot to leave, I hear somebody holler at me. Say, "Hallman." I stop. It's Jason. He's by himself. He says, "Come here, I want to talk to you." Said, "All right, what's up?" He said,
and people don't know y'all are good friends.
Yeah. Well, he says, I hear you got a boat that looks like mine." And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, so I start trying to tell him the story. I was like, "Look, dude, I tried, And he starts laughing. And he's like, "No." He goes, "I want to see it." He goes, "I love it." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I've been hearing all through practice, all these places I've been, and it ain't been me." He goes, "There's 2 of us. It's perfect." And I was like, whoo. I was like, "Dude, you have no idea how much I've been worried about that." And he's like, "No, it's perfect." And I'm like, "Well, dude, you got a Yamaha and I got a Merc. It ain't going to take them very long to figure out which one's which." He's like, "It's good for a while."
I bet that is good, actually.
Yeah.
No, it's not good.
So who was telling you that they'd seen Jason everywhere?
Hackney was telling Zona that.
Yeah, and it was me.
Yeah. No, it's good depending on who it is, Andrew.
Well, yeah.
Because I was in a coaster boat one time for a couple years.
Oh, no, I remember that.
And there were 3 of us.
Yeah.
And one of us was good, and the other one, so it was my first year on tour, and I got asked 4 tournaments in a row to come have a meeting with the tournament director. And I'm like,
you shouldn't have been blasting through those no wake zones.
Yeah, no wake zones, going through freaking flicking people off on boat ramps, sight fishing, having my coiner sight fish on and pointing fish out. I'm like, after like every tournament, I said, hey man, I'm telling you for the last time, stop asking me about all these situations on the lake. It's not been me once. So why don't you ask the other guy who it is? And I'm not gonna have these meetings anymore because it's never me. Deal? Good. And I walked away. I'd had enough because I'm like, why are you asking? It's never me.
Yeah.
Stop asking me. I didn't do any of these things. It's the other guy, someone else. Anyways. Hey, okay, let's talk about this. I would have never have known. And then Hallman told me today, because there was, I guess, a comment on one of his.
No. You and I had been talking for like an hour, and then you were telling me about what you were working on. You're like, hey, dude, I got a phone because I gotta get this video out. It's this, that, and the other. And I started laughing. And I took a screenshot of my video. I said, I just dropped one 10 minutes ago. It's the same video that he just on the same subject. And I was like, dude, we don't do this very often. So like, it's funny that
I've made 300 and something videos. I've never made a jerkbait video before in my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd had a bunch of freaking stuff on jerkbaits, and then, this springtime, I don't know, I've been catching some, and I was like, I'm gonna go into what I think, like, stuff I've seen. So I mean, I don't even know. Apparently, it's a big deal, or not a big deal, but like,
a lot of guys got it. It's funny.
And y'all know me. So whenever I do a video on a bait, like I can't do one anymore because I just talk trash about like tip videos so much nowadays. And it's not a tip video, but if you talk about one bait, everyone assumes it is. Oh, Hallman's going down. But yeah, I was like, oh great. Hold on, what does this one say? No, that's not it. Hold on. Oh, they switched on me.
94.
I just saw something.
99.7%.
No doubt. That's what you should do. 93.275% of people do this wrong.
Yeah. I did say that we've been fishing a jerkbait all wrong for all these years.
And we have been, though. That is true.
Right. Yeah. Like in LiveScope showed us that. And I didn't want to do a video on LiveScope. Like it wasn't about LiveScope still. I saw a video the other day. I don't want to get on LiveScope, but it wasn't a bad deal. It was someone was talking about LiveScope, and it was a pro, and they're still missing the point of like so many people look at LiveScope, I guess, like politics. You can't be in the middle. It has to be, you either have to be for it or you want to freaking ban the thing and get rid of it. There's no like actual like talk about it. And I was just like, hey, look, man, there's still a lot of people that don't use LiveScope or don't have it or whatever. And I was talking to like somebody the other day about it. And I said, hey, look, my feelings on LiveScope haven't changed. I will never be able to get out of my like 20-year-old mind. Right. And my 20-year-old self that was fishing tournaments against all these people with a bunch of money and all this stuff, I could go beat those guys back then. Like, I could go, like, it was me against them fishing boat docks, right? Or doing this. Like, I could compete. And I'm sitting here going, now, there are not every tournament, but there are tournaments you get in that 20-year-old me could not compete with the guy that had LiveScope, and I wouldn't have been able at 20 years old to pay for it. That was my only thought about all this, is that like, and I know some guys even that I work with at Strike King that are talking about getting 4 graphs up front, and they are running 2 LiveScopes and this and that. And I'm just sitting here going, man, it's just changing. And some people will go, oh, you're whining. And I'm like, no. I could do that if I wanted to. I just couldn't have done it when I was 20. And I don't know how a 20-year-old No, there's some 20-year-olds that can go out there.
There's some 20-year-olds
that's
all they do.
That's what me and Watson got into. Like there's a whole this up and coming fisherman. There's not a lot of them that can come up from the ranks of a load of it, from without money. And that's all we were getting into, is that like, hey man, no matter how far I ever get in fishing, I'll always still revert back to what I was like at 20 and go, man, I don't know if I would be here today if I was 20 years old now. I don't think I would still be in fishing. I don't think I would have been able to compete.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
it's just a different game. I mean,
it is. And so I feel for all the guys that complain about it. Like, I understand their complaint. I do. I'm not saying they should. I don't know.
We had a long conversation about it the other day, just me and you, not on live or nothing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just changed the way you fish, like the way you look at your total outlook on fishing and in general. It's just changed everything. I mean, just where it's just opened your eyes to just how I remember when the umbrella rig came, and it was like full on in the tour. Paul Ice had just crushed them on it. And we are going out there, and you literally had to devote a whole day of 1 day of practice just to go throw it, just to make sure it wasn't going on.
And I never did that.
Yeah, but when I was fishing the tour, it was that good that you had to, or you got your face beat in by it. But I did better whenever I just took it out of my boat and never threw it, because I just went with what I was good at. But live scope's not one of those things, or forward-facing sonar. If you don't have it, and there's certain events, if you don't have it, you will not do well in the tournament. I don't care how good you think you are or how good you may be. If it is not good, it is not good. And those live scopers are going to go out there and just straight crush on them.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
there was two or three guys out of the entire top 10 at MLF at Cherokee that made it just fishing. Todd Faircloth was cranking the largemouth with a square bill. And then Poche was running way up to the spillway. And I want to say Ott Defoe was kind of mixing it in on some live scope stuff and just some casting stuff around the bank. Otherwise, every single person was either using active target or live scope to catch their fish and just drifting out in the middle of nowhere or on isolated targets.
And here's the thing, I don't knock it, because listen, there's also the other thing that I agree with the fishermen on this part of it is, if you're live scoping, it's fun.
Yeah.
You'll never meet a guy who live scopes who's pretty good at it that doesn't think it's an absolute blast. And I'll kind of equate it to sight fishing. Like, some people don't like sight fishing. I've never met anyone that's really good at sight fishing that doesn't like to sight fish.
That's addicting. I could go sight fish all day and catch 6 bass and be so happy.
I go sight fish for practice and never flip.
Yeah.
I can go 14 hours and looking in the water, and it's a blast to me.
Yeah.
Now, if you put a camera on me and said, hey, we're going to go follow you while you go sight fish, I think people would there's a good chance people would have to be on suicide watch, because they would, if that was punishment, it was hey, we're going to go put a camera on Todd's boat and make you watch Todd sight fish all day in practice. Dude, that would be worse than, that would be treatment. That'd be the new Navy SEALs, right? Training program of how to hey, you got to stay awake and you can't, you got to watch this. It would be boring. I agree with
100%.
them. Watching someone live scope is absolutely boring.
No, but it's not to me, but I think it's just a different deal.
But it's not to the guy doing it, though.
Yeah. You watch it a lot. Did you watch MLF today?
Yeah.
Was live scope boring to watch?
No.
No, he says no.
What do you like about it?
What do you like about it?
You watch them bite.
No. Yeah. No, so you like the fish catching part of it?
Yeah.
Do you like watching it when you're watching MLF? The guys fishing live scope.
Yes.
There you go. This is a man sitting right here that watches it every day and watches all sides. And he's sitting here watching Tennessee right now. This is what's going on in East Tennessee.
Hey, what's the score?
What's the score?
Tennessee up 6 in about first half's about over.
Hey, I got another question for you. Do you learn anything when you watch live scope? When you watch some guys live scope?
I do.
I didn't ask you, Andrew. I didn't ask you.
Yeah,
I almost put you off.
Huh?
Huh? No, I didn't say nothing.
how dumb I was.
I couldn't
catch them like they do.
Yeah, but do you learn anything watching them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it ain't everybody just hates watching it.
No, I'm just saying that's what a lot of people talk about. I don't know.
He said what you didn't hear was he said he learns how dumb he is watching it. Listen, we all feel the same way too sometimes.
60 foot of water, and I think Dakota Bear caught one in 6 foot of water.
In 60.
Yeah, he was out in 60 foot of water. What's that fish doing out there? Well, he caught it.
Yeah. It's changed the way we all learned how bad.
Well, here's the funny part. You say, what's that fish doing out there? That fish been doing that. That fish been doing that for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
We just didn't know it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They no one told the bass they were supposed to be on bottom, you know,
or follow the creek channel and go set up on secondary points on their way in.
Or all the hey, remember this one? Like how many? If back in the day, if it was the fall, 99% of all YouTubers would be like, "Hey, it's fall. Them shad are migrating to the back of the creek. We all better go back there." I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that in the last 15 years. No one talks about going to the back of a creek anymore in the fall.
No.
Because they're like, hey, there's about 500 of them out here on the main lake I can go catch. Yeah. 500,000 of them.
Yeah. And they ain't seen a bait or a hook in 6 months.
Yeah, they're out there going and fishing for the 25 that went back in the creek while the freaking 99% of them are out there on the main lake.
That's right.
You know?
Tennessee 27, Florida Atlantic 19.
Dude, I have nothing for Florida Atlantic. I watched them play FDU, and that dude trying to do a 360 slam dunk at the end of the game was about as trash as there is. I hope they get their brains beat in.
And no one's tried a 360 slam dunk on Tennessee tonight.
No. Tennessee's pretty athletic. I don't see that happening.
Yeah. So one, yes, I don't think you need. I think you can get away with live scope. I don't think you need 2 live scope transducers. I don't even think you need, I think most everyone I know that has live scope doesn't care about 360 anymore. But I think this will come eventually one day. I don't think anyone wants to. I don't think any of the guys want to do it, but I think if they put a live feed on live scope, it might make a difference.
So they have tried to do it because they figured out with Garmin's and Lowrance's that they can share that live scope screen on their back units, and they'll have the camera on that forward-facing sonar on the back unit while they're filming it and be able to see some of their stuff on there. And I noticed it a lot today.
Yeah, he said that's what they did today.
Yeah.
All right. So 360 live scope's going to win the Classic this week. Is what you're saying?
Not 360. I don't think so. I don't know much about the last time. I remember watching some stuff about it, and it seemed really like the way guys were fishing. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me how they were fishing the river, Tennessee River. That doesn't look like my kind of fishing. But I could be wrong.
I think they're going to blast them offshore the first 2 days. Honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a bank beater.
I think by the end of it will be, but I think the first day or two might be just.
Dude, it was almost 80 degrees here today and gorgeous.
Was it really?
They're coming. They're coming. Tomorrow's supposed to be nice too.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah, there's going to be some females sit up there in 5 foot or less for sure.
Do you think watching guys fish down the bank or offshore? Do you think fishing the bank's more entertaining?
I do.
John, ask again, Todd. He's in the basketball game.
Do you think watching guys offshore or guys going down the bank, which one's more entertaining?
Offshore.
Really?
Yeah. Offshore.
Let me ask, what do you like to do?
I don't know how to do offshore. I beat the bank.
I was gonna, okay. So you find, because that's something you want to learn.
I'm too old to learn.
Oh, okay.
He's seen the back show was live. Why does he want to keep watching that?
I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. Listen, as a lawyer, and everyone knows.
Did you hear that? I'm Randy Blockett Jr.
Oh
my
Listen,
God.
As a lawyer, I'd have freaking just lawyered that other guy to death. But as a lawyer, you're supposed to like never ask a question you don't know the answer to. I've asked him like 9 questions and I've been wrong on what he's going to say every single time. I'm not putting him on the stand because I will freaking lose because he'll answer the wrong question answer the wrong answer every time.
All right, let's end this thing. I'm ready to go to bed.
Wait, so who's winning?
Okay.
Okay, who you got, Andrew? Who did you say the other day?
I don't remember who I said. Maybe
I said you said Brandon Lester.
Yeah, but I changed that pick. I went to Polinick. So I'm gonna say Polinick wins.
So yeah, I don't have Polinick. I have I can't remember who's in my A bracket. No, it was Brandon Lester, but I picked Polinick for the win.
Yeah.
Because Ish couldn't figure out how are you not picking freaking the guy you pick? We're like, well, there's a difference between picking the guy fantasy and like the guy who might win it.
Yeah.
There's some home run hitters, right? And they're liable to fall on their face, but like they're liable to go win one.
I just think
there's some guys that are just consistently good. Yeah. Those are my fantasy guys.
Who do you got, Hallman? Who do you think wins?
He thinks Poche.
Okay. I gotcha.
Because anyways,
Brandon Card.
What?
Is he fishing? Oh.
Like
Cody said Brandon Card.
We talked about that. Listen, I'm not taking advice from Hank Parker over there and Al Linder combined. Hey, so we talked about this the other day. Like, why wouldn't you get on the Tyler Rivette train?
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. He's got a first and a second in the last 2 events.
We said it's very, very almost impossible to go
hard.
3 tournaments in a row like that and kill it.
And
is Hallman froze, or is he just sitting there as the moonshine freaking like?
No, he's there.
I'm here. You can blame him for the moonshine.
Oh my God.
He does it to me every time I come. He's always got a gift for me.
Well, listen, Hallman, you're fishing as Tyler Rivette. What do you think he's done over the past 2 tournaments?
Kicked everybody's butt.
I don't know if y'all paid attention, but when Panger told y'all in the very first open pick'em,
yes,
if you want to make some money, Tyler Rivette has quietly been taking everybody's money and no one's noticed. Tyler Rivette was a good pick 3 or 4 years ago.
You were always picking him.
Yeah, because he constantly makes checks and nobody ever picks him up. And he was always like 1.3%, but they never picked him up. But I think now that he's won and flexed and all that, and we all know he's got the big guns, they'll probably be picking him a lot more.
Well, I don't know. I think he's still slept on. But do you think he could do three tournaments in a row? Not win.
O'Shea, 2 in a row. It's coming.
What about Christie going back to back?
There's a lot of people feel that way. I like the Hackney pick better than the Christie pick here.
Ish said it. He's like, look, we had Rick, we had Kevin, we had Jordan Lee, and then we had Hank Cherry. Like a lot of guys went back to back, and a couple of those in the last 10 years.
I think Christie got real excited about that announcement the other day in Tulsa.
Oh, he like looking ahead?
It won't be a back-to-back, but it might be a 1 off and then 1. Very much could be that.
How much? Okay, then we'll leave.
All right.
So you got to pay attention to this. You make the Classic next year. Like, how's that go against you and Christie?
I don't know. I'm as scared of Christie as you are anybody at Rayburn at Grand.
Yeah, but you know what you like. Okay, what happens if y'all are first and second going to the final day? I know you've thought about something like that.
It's how I'd want it to be. It's how it should be.
Yeah.
Well,
I've only had that happen once. Me and Russell on Toledo Bend, first and second going the last day.
It's a good time of year for both of us.
I was in 4th in that one going into the last day.
But listen, we got a lot of
you are-
dirt to get there, so let's get it done first, and let's talk about that after that's happened.
No, I want to talk about it now. It's more fun that way. Yeah, look at you. Yeah. Hey, no pressure on me.
I'm gonna get there. I know.
I know you will.
And me and Andrew, I'm gonna be shoot, I might I gotta pull one off though. I got 3 chances.
I'm gonna do my best to pull it off on Toledo myself, personally.
What do we have? What's our third one? Oh, Lake of the Ozarks. Hey, I like Lake of the
Yeah, I've never been there before.
Oh, I have one good day there every single time. Look, Hallman is freaking.
He's done.
Moonshine is got.
Dude, I've had 3 sips of moonshine. I ain't not going. But I am ready to finish this show.
All right. Let's end it.
I love every one of y'all to death. See you tomorrow, Andrew. By the way, I have a care package for you personally with your name on it. It's a very nice. Find me early. And any of you boys wanting BFE hats, I got him. I got him.
He froze up. I thought that was on purpose.
It does look like you got cops at your door. That is pretty funny.
They might be.
But why is there a light flashing behind you, Hallman?
That's a reflection.
Oh, it's from the TV. Okay, it makes more sense.
Does that make sense?
They're coming to get his moonshine.
It's just me and John, and we're gonna hit the moonshine. Yeah. We're gonna hit the moonshine and we're going to bed, boys. See y'all tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Love y'all.
See y'all guys.
See you guys.